We anticipate to see how this will definitely line up. A couple of first caps in here, but of course 50 caps for Pius Ogena as he gets to start this one. Meanwhile, there will be a debut for Isaac Masanganzira and Fahad Maido, who get to start on the lineup here. Interesting that both of them are making their first caps for the national team. The Kenyans look like they are dominating that scrum, forcing a Foyroth to deploy quickly. Gets it on to Masanganzira. This time it's a good pass to Ian Munyani. Munyani out onto the wing, and this is the fleet-footed Adrian Casito. Beats one man, dazzles one way, dazzles the other. Brilliant work here from Adrian Casito. Gets it on. Aaron Foyroth looking for a way to make the move up front here. This is good work here from the Rugby Cranes. Casito swinging out well. This is good work from the Cranes. Seamless in motion and sending the ball out here for the 50-capped Pius Ogena. Won't go down easy. Battles and retains possession. Switching the Kenyans from one flank to the other. The Simbas in a predicament here. They need to keep their wits about them. Byron Oketayot, skipper.
That was a good injection of pace from Uganda's backline. And there's that cross kick from Ian Munyani looking for Adrian Casito in the air.
That's it.
He's in touch.
Bouncing. Brilliant work from Adrian Casito. Ian Munyani.
He was in touch, Adrian Casito.
On another day, that would have been a wild celebration. But that's a very good artistry, very good technique, and looking to forge opportunities where there are none. How often do you see Ian Munyani making
We've
such
always
kicks?
laughed at Ian Munyani's kicks, but this was pinpoint, a little bit too much on it.
Time as Adrian Casito boots the ball high, picked up here by Barry. Kenyans looking to gain territory here. John Kubu Tavanga, big favorite here for the Simbas as they get a chance here, looking to sweep their way towards the try line. And try time it is. The Simbas draw first blood. Well, they could actually now look to convert, add points to their tally. The kicking yields nothing here for the Kenyans.
Against each other, look at Uganda applying pressure on Kenya, but the referee tells the number 9 to use it.
Hefty attempt there, and the Kenyans looking to open up and trying to go through the center. It's good play from Omela Ejakai Timothy. Quickly closed down, now trying to ramp up the ante. Bethwell Anami Muteshi. Swept back for Andy, for Barry. And now set through motion, Walter Okoth breaking the lines. This could be a good opportunity, setting themselves in motion. They need to impede them. That corner has already caused quite the problems here for Uganda. Have they learned their lesson?
They've given away an advantage for not rolling away. Pius Ogena trapped in there. He made the effort, but the supporting players trapped him at that breakdown. And now George Nyambua will have a free play for the Kenya Simbas.
Looking to gain territory inches away from that try line. Uganda will now have to put their defensive acumen to full use. Send the ball in motion. Kubu looked for support. It was slow in coming, but ultimately the break is complete, and Barry Robson Young with try number 2 of the game, and Uganda Cranes are coming apart.
Maybe this could be their year, but they have to try it first against this Ugandan side who come into this tournament with lots of faith, hope, and belief.
And here comes Aaron Foyroth looking for the quick tap and chance, and Aaron Foyroth, double black, will go into that signature salute celebration. Puts the first points on the board here for Uganda. It was that moment that they were looking for, that quick slip up, and the sharpshooter makes his mark on the game.
Philip Okorach has 30 seconds to make that kick.
Well, no one will need to remind him here of how urgently he has to go for that. It's now down to 26, and he's already into that stance. Philip Wokorach makes the kick.
That's beautiful.
Kick is good. 7 points on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, game on. Joseph Aredo, Red as is popularly known. Mala puts the ball in, but quickly brought to the ground.
Uganda not able to take care of their ball, and for sure Kenya will be putting it into touch.
Butterfingers almost lost that.
Aaron Foyroth had rolled onto his side, but there was a hand in that breakdown that stopped the ball to be sent out, and Kubu will say, let's go into the halftime break, hold our 5-point lead against these Uganda Rugby Cranes.
So halftime it is, and the Kenyans with 2 tries, 3 visits they've had to the 22 of the Ugandans, and they've managed to make them pay twice, as well as 1 conversion in there. But for the Rugby Cranes, it had to take some quick thinking from Aaron Double Black of Oiroth to pick up his 21st point.
Put a smile on all these people's faces in these final 40 minutes.
Well, I'll tell you, it's more than the money. It's more than just the sport. It's more than just the rivalry. It's about the African spirit. And Uganda is definitely putting on a very good show of hosting. They need to replicate the same on the pitch.
Another one. This time it's the youngster Andy Kolo Molo. Throws a loose ball to his second row partner, the captain George Nyambua.
Looking to get back in on this. Just dangerous territory here for the Ugandans to play with, and Barry attempts to bury that one.
Yes, he does. That's a drop goal in and successful. Barry Young was in the pocket, good distance pass. Ogena attempted that charge down, but he judged it beautifully, Barry Young. And Kenya now have 15 points on the board against Uganda, 4-7.
Danger always, of course, for the team in possession is the knock-on.
2 pods to the right of Aaron Ofoiroth. Another advantage for Uganda, this time on the 5-meter line. No hands in the tackle, says the referee, as Frank Chidega makes another drive.
Ian Munyani misplaces that one.
He will go to the referee for the mark. He knows that Uganda have an advantage. That was not the best of passes from Aaron Ofoiroth, but we pause for a moment to talk about that first touch from Timothy Chisiga. What an introduction. It was always going to be timely for him to come on.
Blistering run, got in, good intent. Seems to see the game half a second faster than many other players. Well, Philip Okorach will not waste any time. Goes for the kick, plugging away at those points, and puts another 3 on the board there to make it 10 for Uganda, which allows them to enter double digits. Now rolling forward, they need to keep their wits about them. Kenya looking to execute quick. The defense will have to be kept on point. Oh, it looks like there's a mismatch out there on the right. The Ugandans will have to quickly galvanize themselves. So close.
Tries good. The 2 changes at the front row came in at the wrong time. I must say Uganda were under pressure. Blair Ayebazibwe swept in that scrum, and from then on it was advantage Kenya. They plugged away, won the ball in the scrum. That turnover play kept Uganda on the back foot, and they forced a situation with the try. Should be Andy Kolo Molo with the score.
Not hurried.
He had 5 seconds left to go, and makes no mistake with the conversion. 22 points to 10 the score.
Oh, Kenyan organizing that line out pretty well and breezing through. That is butter, hot knife through butter. Brilliant stuff here. Just waltzing his way through. Griffin Cho has been threatening, has been probing, and now puts a dagger in the Ugandan hopes.
Byron Oketeyot, the captain, I feel there could have made a little bit more effort to make that tackle. Or maybe Griffin Shaw was simply too quick, too fast for him.
Alex Aturinda is another one who was also introduced in there. Shot 20. That is the skipper for the Sevens. The ball is released out onto the flank. Good intercept. And then Timothy Kisiga is off his mark. He is heavily chest down. Does he have support? Timothy Kisiga on a long busting run. Goes past his marker. Timothy Kisiga goes down, back up, gets the ball into the 22. Now Uganda, we're looking for something like that.
They got the advantage. Kenya players playing Ian Munyani from an offside position. Now send it out through the hands. Aredo for Opio to Alex Aturinda. The Sevens players in open space. Philip Okorach sidestep.
And now he's on. Puts his marker down. And Philip Okorach. Try time for the Rugby Cranes. That is the moment they were looking for. That's the tinder that marks the spark. And they instantly execute there. Conversion is good. My oh my. Are they now on a roll? Wanyama. Ian Munyani out onto the wing, the speedster Adrian Casito, kick and chase. This could be something intent. Looks to get onto the ball. Can they get it and ground it? Byron Oketeyot grounds it. And the stadium explodes in sheer ecstasy. The decibels have gone up a high level. The roof blown away. The Rugby Cranes are right back in it.
And who else but the captain, Byron Oketayot? It was a team try straight from the onset. Philip Okorach busts his lungs, stays on his knees. The rest of the team stays playing. You don't need your best player to stand up. The whole team needs to stand up. Swinging it through the hands, the forwards, the backs. That chip and chase.
Looking for support here. Getting it on to Thomas Okeyongera.
Kubu goes to the open side. Then the
Set
pocket
there,
ball.
there it is. And the kick. Is that a successful one? Well, doesn't look like it is.
Yes, it is. Ooh. The players are jogging back to their own 10-meter line. Barry Young snuffling the air out of Uganda's attempted comeback. And kick into touch, and they will progress into the semi-finals, the Kenya Simbas.
The acknowledgement there already seen as Uganda. Dead man walking right now, irrespective of what they choose to do. And ball kicked out. It's the Simbas that will progress. Uganda falling short at the very first hurdle. They attempted to mount a comeback, but the damage was already done. And became a case of too little, too late. It will be now playing for the places for the hosts. Once again, the first half becoming the undoing here of the Rugby Cranes. They'll be quite desolate knowing that it could have been a very big opportunity for them to actually go ahead and make a chance for themselves to cross over to the semi-finals. But in the end, once again, it's the neighbors, Kenya, that will stake their claim for a semi-final berth.